Hello, today's word is predict. So we're going to talk about predicting what's going to happen in books, in games, in life, in everyday things. So we're going to make predictions. So I'm going to try and share with you now my poster about predictions. Here we go. It should come up for you now. There we go. So predict means what will happen. So this is my action. What's going to happen next? We're predicting. We don't know for sure. Just making a good guess. We're using the clues that we can see. Okay, so we've got some tips of things that can help us predict. What do we know about this? So what do we know about the thing we're predicting? Has it happened before? If it has, what happened then? It might happen the same again or different. And what can you see maybe in a book or in a film that's going to give you a clue about what might happen next to help you with your prediction. So actions help us get the word stuck in our head. Saying the word lots and lots gets it stuck in our head. So that's what we're going to try and do. Today, your challenge is to try and say, I predict, or my prediction is, as many times as you can, with normal things like meal times and normal activities that you're doing to help you get really used to it. Okay, so I'm going to make a prediction now about this balloon. I'm going to blow it up and I'm going to see when I let go where it lands. So, what do I know about this balloon? Well, what do I know about balloons? I know that they go everywhere when you let go of them. I know that they usually end up down. When all the airs come out, they usually end up down. So I'm going to predict that it's going to land on the floor. And I'm going to predict that it's going to make it as far as the other side of the room, might hit the other wall and then fall down. Because I'm going to try and blow it up. Okay, I also had a practice before and it landed over by the door, which is near the wall, so I think it's going to land about the same place again. So I'm using things I know to help me predict. Here we go. I made it quite big. See if I can get it all the way there. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. No, it didn't go that way at all. It went over by the window and landed in a box. So I was wrong with my prediction because we don't know for sure. We're just having a good guess. Okay, so that didn't work. Right, let me try with some bubbles. I'm going to predict how many bubbles I can blow. What I know about my policeman bubbles is the mixture in them is really good and strong and makes lots of bubbles. So I think I can get about 15 bubbles if I blow. Let's see if I'm right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you know what? I think that was a pretty good prediction. I think there was about 18. There were too many for me to count properly. They were too quick. But I think there was about 18. So that was a good prediction. Stories and books are great for making predictions as well. And this is one of my favourite books. It's called Oh No, George. Use any books that you've got. Just before you turn the page, stop and say to whoever's reading it with you, or if you're reading it by yourself, say to yourself, what's going to happen next? I predict that the battle will be won by the aliens, or I predict that George will eat the cake. Let's have a look. George sees something in the kitchen. It's cake. I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I love cake. What will George do? It's asking you to make a prediction. Do you predict that George will eat the cake? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to read this book and find out, okay? You can use what he's already done to give you clues about whether he's going to eat the cake or not. What do you think? I think he's going to eat the cake. Okay, so I've come up with some ideas for you to do some predicting at home. Here are my suggestions. Here they come. They should come up on your screen in a second. There you go. So these were my ideas. If you're out for a walk, you could predict how many dogs or rainbows or cats or blue cars or something else that you really like you might see. How many red front doors, how many number 6s. When you're reading books, predict what will happen on the next page, like we talked about. If somebody needs the loo or to top up the popcorn or the crisps while you're watching a film or a TV program, pause it and have a discussion amongst yourselves. See if you can think what's going to happen next in the film. Hopefully one you haven't seen before. I'm just going to move this down for us. There we go. Predict which car, one of your toys. So have a look around your toy box, predict which car will be the fastest, maybe make a ramp for them, test it out, how high you can make a tower of bricks or boxes before it falls down, and then see if you're right or close. Predict how many star jumps or press-ups you can do before you run out of puff or strength. Grab some toys when it's bath time and predict if your toys will float or not. So you can come up with loads of other ideas, I'm sure. Look out the window, predict how long it's going to be before somebody walks past or a car goes past. You will come up with loads of things. Predict what the first thing your brother is going to say to you when he comes down in the morning. When you go to bed at night, predict what you think the weather will be like when you wake up in the morning. There's loads of ideas. So get going with your predictions. See how many predictions you can say and make today, and see if you can beat somebody in your house at predicting. Okay, enjoy, happy predicting, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.